This is starting to get really weird though, because you're also doing it against the door and there. Yeah, what's up with this? The time between your bursts, and this is reminding me a lot of this round where we peeked out mound. Yeah, what's wrong with it? Have you seen my month to gold guide where it teaches you how to burst? You know, the interval that he... Yeah, then I think it should be pretty clear to you that they're shooting too quickly between bursts. There's not enough of a pause. And like all of my bullets are accurate. Yeah, and notice, okay, so I'm going to explain to you how the shooting error chart works because it's actually unintuitive as hell. And I blame Riot Games for this. Okay, so the y-axis, which is the vertical component of the shooting error graph, is dynamic. What does that mean? It means that the top of it is not always the same value. So right now it's 0.88, but let me turn on my shooting error graph. Oh, great. I've got the bug where none of my stats are showing. I love it. Over here, you can see where it's 0.41. This is really bad design of this chart by Riot Games. A lot of people, when they read this chart, they'll read it incorrectly and they'll see this tall line that's full height and say it's the same as this tall line that's full height. But no, in fact, this tall line is twice as inaccurate as this one. Okay. So the way it works is the first bullet you shoot will always fill the chart because the chart essentially sets this top value to your tallest bar always. Okay. So whatever your current maximum shooting error is in this whole graph will be the length of your Y axis. So if you shoot one bullet, it will always be this height. It'll always take up the full chart. Okay. So this bar right here, let's look at the graph on the right. Actually, this first bar here, that's pretty short now. You see how it's pretty short? Would have started by taking up the full chart. Okay. And now you can see the problem in between our bursts. Do you see the trend? Our bars are moving up. You see, our bars are moving up. What's that mean? It means each burst, our bullets are starting higher and higher above our crosshair because we're rushing our bursts. And I'm sure you've been there if you've ever been bad at this game, where you're trying to shoot the guy, your crosshair's right on their head, and you keep shooting their head, but the bullets keep going above their head. Why? Why are the bullets not hitting them? What the hell? And it's because you're rushing your burst, and so your bullets are going up here above the crosshair because you're not resetting your recoil. Some question, you thought orange was good? Orange means there's no movement inaccuracy, but the length of the bar indicates how much spray inaccuracy there is. Like all of these shots are orange, but do you see how high above my crosshair there are? They're very high above my crosshair because I'm deep into my spray. The speed at which you're bursting is causing your spray to go up because you're bursting so slow or so quickly. You see, your chart trends upwards and it's trending so far up that this first shot that you shot with movement inaccuracy, we'll go back to the zoom in. This first shot where you were moving was more accurate than this seventh shot that you weren't even moving when you fired. This mobile shot you were moving is more accurate than this bullet over here because you're so deep into your spray. Here's about the half blue, half orange. So it combines your movement inaccuracy and your recoil inaccuracy. Their movement inaccuracy is also variable depending on how fast you're moving. Like if you're crouch walking, your bullets are decently accurate, as you can see, as opposed to full moving. My bullets are way more inaccurate. All right. We got a smoke supplier. Viper, Lotus. Bet. We are defendiendoing. Bet. I like your funny words. Phase de compra. Oh, do they use SR to abbreviate Senor? Wait, are you going to VCT Madrid, Sir Pipus Tijuana?
Amen.
Are we going to meet up? Maybe? Pog! Some warning shots. I fuck with it. Oh my goodness, it's a fast flank. I fuck with this. I got no trip though. You better have your gun out. Okay, look. Yeah, thank you. I would actually be shift talking right now. And the reason why is they could be here I like that you're taking the risk to flank fast, but I don't think it's justified yet because the whole killjoy setup has made no contact so far. So in the event that they're like contacting up B, you're about to become a very free kill. Oh, bet they're A. Go get him, Tiger.
Wall down, wall down. Yeah, stairs, pushing city.
Got yours.
Fuck.
Damn, dude got bad. That round's fine. I like the flank. I think we need to slow it down just a little bit, but otherwise the flank is good. You got yours. The enemy team pushed in your killjoy setup and kind of just won the round anyways. What are you gonna do?
Fuck, you see.
Okay. Our eco play doesn't work out.
Planting C.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause because here you do have a play that I don't think you're gonna make. You can actually put the Viper wall up and go die. So like you put the wall up, it'll allow you to scale up close mound. They won't really be able to walk through without risking their lives. And then just put it down, fight them. The wall will also enable your dudes to take space. And the thing is, you're the flanker as far as they're concerned. Like we gotta be honest, we're not winning this round. Agreed? We're losing this round. So if you go fight and die and you try to communicate to your jet to just watch, then there exists a world where this jet can kill a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you basically make your presence known. You go, hey, look, it's me, the flanker. Yup, I'm here again. Here's my wall. It's me, Viper. You put the wall up, you come, you fight them, you die. I don't know. Maybe you kill one. Probably not, though. Let's be real. You half health one of them. She heals up because it's fucking Reyna. It doesn't matter. The point is they're not going to really expect this jet. And if she baits you appropriately, it's actually really good. And we don't have anything better. We're losing this round. So I would go for that because I think we get some damage off. Zuko's dead. Thank you for the 6-month resub. Look, it worked. It worked, chat. You see? Oh my God, I'm a software developer. Oh, although the username is still black. I think that's my bad. You have that coming. You have that coming. You're not allowed to hold like this unless you're opping. Even if you're opping, it's pretty dangerous, but like you can get away with it. Okay, now here's the difference though. Oh man, this is so hard to explain because there are certain deaths in the game that are unlucky and there are certain deaths that are like unskilled. And whenever you die to something like this, you need to think to yourself, unlucky, or should I not play that angle again? And players who are good at answering that question become good at Valorant a lot faster than other players. They just learn the game faster because they're able to identify. So here, this is not unlucky. You got pre-fired and you just shouldn't be playing that angle without an op. You're not really going to see people playing that angle. If you're able to identify that, then you should just never do that again. You shouldn't be holding that. It's fine to pre-fire, jiggle some bullets like you do on pistol round, or try to get out wider mound, or just like jump spot. There's a lot you can do. You also don't have to play for mount control if you're lone C anchor.
Be careful with ISO ult now.
Okay. I would not buy a Spectre like ever, never though. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we're in this position where our teammates are bought up. And so we need to buy up. In my head, there's a couple guns that can sort of match the enemy rifles. Judge, Bucky, and the Stinger, and maybe the Marshall, depending on your playstyle, but probably not. And also the Ares. These are the guns that I gravitate towards because if you play these guns in certain ways, they can match a rifle. Like a Bucky versus a rifle can be fine in certain scenarios, and you can just avoid the other scenarios because you already have a bunch of rifles on your team. You know what I'm saying? Not the Sheriff. The Sheriff's like an eco weapon. I would use the Sheriff if I needed to have a diverse set of options available to me, because the Sheriff, let me try and explain. The Sheriff is good at a lot of things. Like if the enemy's over here and I'm over here, the Sheriff's got me, I can peek that. You know, if the enemy's over here and I'm over here, the Sheriff's got me, I can peek that. The Sheriff's very versatile, but it's a bit weaker. The Bucky is very restrictive, whereas like if the enemy's over here and you're over here, well, you can't do anything with the Bucky. But we already have 3 rifles, which means these scenarios that the Bucky can't do anything in are less of a big deal, because the odds that we're going to get into this scenario and there's no rifles on the ground that we can pick up and there's no rifles alive that can swing it for us, like this is so unlikely. because we already have 3 rifles on our team. So I wouldn't buy the sheriff because it's actually, we don't need its versatility. Does that make sense? We don't need the sheriff's versatility because we have so many rifles. I would probably look towards a gun that's more gimmicky and can give me an advantage in specific types of engagements, and then I position for those engagements. Like, I really like the idea of just playing shotgun in like an elbow or stinger. I'm gravitating personally towards the stinger. I think it's the best choice. The Spectre's is kind of bad. The Spectre's really bad. It's super fake.
Nice one. Nice one, Fate.
Yeah, you didn't pick up your orb, which is actually really annoying.
Buddy.
Yeah, case in point.
Or
So first of all, your poison's draining while they're already through your wall. And I wish we had our orb here. Because if you have your orb, you can isolate. We could have orbed off one of these 2 things.
buddy.
It was nice kill, but the way you handle your after kill is not good. You have to expect a trade, and you have to expect yourself not to be able to kill the trader. Because your crosshair is like way over here, you're into a spray. The odds that you're going to get a trade are like really low. Like the odds that you're going to get 2, like a spray transfer or something with Spectre, is practically 0. After getting this kill, I would be looking to knife buddy hop around this corner. You feel? So I don't like that we're not doing that. You see how you like try to aim and fight the gecko? I don't think that that's a path to the victory this round.
I have to get together.
Yeah, it's less about having to peek together here actually, and more about your technique. You're not wrong. Peeking together would be good, but let me boot up Valorant. It's not that you need to peek together, although that would be nice. It's the way you react. I need you to convince yourself that the classic pistol is an acceptable weapon, because I feel like right now you don't think the classic pistol is an acceptable weapon. I think you're seeing it as a gun that can't win this fight. And I'm here to tell you it's a gun that can easily win this fight. But not if you do this. That's not going to work. How do we fight with classic? Single bullets. Very slow pacing on the classic. Like very slow. Has to be really slow. It's the only way it's going to convert. So when you peeked out, I really wanted you to shoot a bullet and like tuck. And you would have lived. And then, yeah, you swing with your teammates. Like right here, you easily can dead zone a bullet and come over this way. Did you see how you stay kind of stationary? Like if you just did this, you'd be chilling. But you took like a very tiny step. You took a very small step. I want you to watch. This is a problem. Even with like a rifle. Bam. You see? I'm going to show you how much you stepped. And this is before you got tagged, mind you. You shoot. And like, this is it. You're also lagging a bit. That's tough. Damn, what a shot by that guy. Man, that's so close. Yeah, you need to work on this. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. But you're like rushing, barely rushing your shots, and you can see it over here. And I think it's because you're surprised that there's people mound, but like you're peeking with gun out, so you can't be surprised that there's people mound. You see how your second bullet right here, like this should be hitting the guy, but instead you have movement inaccuracy because you're already moving. And now moving here is actually, it's not the worst. So you start moving to the right. And so if you'd actually kept moving to your right like this, and then try to like come over here and molly, this would be fine. But the problem is you like got decision paralysis, and you did like both, where you stopped moving, you moved to the right, got some movement accuracy, but then you kept fighting or whatever. You see? And that's why you're dead. You have to pick one. Like, are you gonna dead zone back into cover, or are you gonna fight them? And here you kind of did both and ended up having 3 inaccurate bullets and 3 accurate bullets.
Nice one, guys.
Get everything A.
120 omen, the buff there.
No, you're too unaware. I mean, we really need to realize both are tree at this point. Yeah, like while you're spraying the door, really should just be looking at the minimap. Once we see both are tree, like we'd be able to speed up a lot. You see how slow we are here? And now here, like you pull Molly, but I'm pretty sure you want to smoke the bomb. I think if you're gonna Molly, you have to Molly here because the bomb is planted like here. But it's tricky. I don't think you can Molly this whole line. I think no matter what, there's always a line this guy can peek on. Maybe if your Molly lands, oh my god. Okay, if your Molly lands here, exactly, I think they might be cooked. But I don't think that's realistic. Unless you have a lineup. And I think just orbing the bomb like this, and then you can Molly or whatever, and like fight. This orb is going to be huge value for your diffuser.
Nice one.
Careful, it could be anyway, it could be behind or something.
Yeah, okay, so you're trying to cover flank, which is like completely justifiable. But I need you covering flank while traversing with these guys, because you need to remain active with them in case Omen ends up being like here or something. I think it's fine to look flank. Somebody has to, but you don't have to be here. Like you can back up this way with the team, so that in the event that Omen starts fighting from this area, you can just come over and join the fight with your teammates. Instead, you're just like, you're too far. So the same is going to happen if they are flank. Like if the Omen is flank and you fight him here, these guys won't be able to help. You see? You see? Exactly what I'm talking about. We're too far now from these guys. They can't do anything about that. I think this is a pretty common theme. You're too far from your teammates. Like it happened the round you were opening the door. You didn't want to push through. I think you need to feel sort of a gravity to your teammates. I think right now you don't feel that gravity at all. It like doesn't bother you when you're so far away.
That's inside. I have a spike on main.
They must be
You can't shoot through that door.
No, don't
120.
peek, stay there, stay there.
He's 120.
Don't peek and I fucking peek.
Okay, let's talk about it. So first of all, you tell her not to peek, but then you like peek way out past her. Like she's on swung. But also, we're so lost. You're shooting bullets at a door. Like what's going on in your head right now? Why are we shooting bullets at a door? And also, we probably want to hold from up here. And then instead of saying don't peek, it's way more effective to say like Killjoy, I'm holding high, come low, or something along those lines. Like Killjoy, do this. Saying don't peek is very tough because like I'll follow the call. Yeah, you say don't peek, but the problem is I don't understand why. Like I don't know what you're doing. So I'm gonna put you in Killjoy's shoes right now. Here you are, you're Killjoy, and understand that you're looking at your crosshair right now as Killjoy. Okay, you're not looking at your mini map. Because you're not looking at your mini map, you have no idea where your Viper is at all. You just know there's an enemy on A site and they could swing you at any moment. Yo, Killjoy, relax. I'm holding it. Just crouch, hold. We're high-low. Oh, bet. Because this Killjoy has no idea that you're over here. She has no idea. She doesn't know at all. She's looking at her crosshair. Now,
He's 120.
Don't peek and I fucking peek.
your gunshots are very weird. I apologize for such a strange descriptor. You're a fast climber. The wrong timing? Yeah.
He's 120.
It's the gap between your bursts feels wrong. Very wrong. You're rushing your bursts is incorrect technique. And I think you need to hit the range and deathmatch. And we need to focus on this because your bursts are actually really, really, really bad looking. Like they look really wrong. It's hard to watch. You see? Nice. You killed him. Great. This is actually really fascinating. If you guys watch me a lot, I just want you to look because this guy's the same elo as Fang. It's just so fascinating to me that Fang's gunfights are way better. Like it's not even close. But our peeking here from Doblau is so much better. We're close to corner and so we're doing little slices. But the moment this fight begins, we're like terrible at the game. Fang catching streaks? No, I'm saying Fang's way better at the gunfights. I'm saying it's fascinating. They're the same rank and they're both really good at one thing and really bad at the other. I'll stop pointing it out. My bad. You guys are just framing it out as I'm the bad guy. It's fascinating to me because if they could just combine their powers, they'd probably both be immortal.
Okay.
Fascinating.
That was.
Okay. Because Gecko is here, the odds that they're flanking is like 0%. It's not 0. There could be a flanker, but it's effectively 0. And the reason why is because if they were flanking, it would look more like this. Try to see an enemy retaking a site as like a C or an inverse C if they're retaking on A. So let's look at an A retake just arbitrarily. If there's a flanker, then the rest of the retakers are going to come from stairs and CT. It's never going to look like this, like an E most often, just because now you've got 3 lanes. And notice that the odds the retakers have all 5 people alive are very low. They probably just have 4 people alive. And so this would involve 2 people being lone wolves and people gravitate towards one another. Generally, there's like going to be 1 lone wolf. So because you kill Gecko here and it's like out, this is what my brain intuitively does. Like I immediately associate Reyna and Omen's position with CT and like upper. I would not look flank. If they happen to be flank, it doesn't really matter anyways. They're so late, the party. Let's look for the sake of... Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see. Bam! I'm right. Nobody's over here. That's just like a quick mental shortcut. They're the way that my brain determines if they're flank or not is I look for like this C. It's never an E or a 3 or something. It can be. Don't get me wrong. Like there's totally a world where this raid is flanking. It's just not a world that I worry about. I think you're too concerned about like correct team play. You're playing mostly correct. Well for the team. We've threatened
Wait
lurk.
a little bit more
go
on
C,
me
maybe
and
go-
go see. Yeah. Go door. Let's go.
Mid rounding.
I was 1 kill you.
Close water.
Like I need you to understand, it's not perfect. Your team play is not perfect. Your mid rounding's not perfect. Your util's not perfect. There's a lot we could improve. But something stands out to me like a sore thumb, and it is your movement in your gunfights. Specifically, your movement in your gunfights. It's terrible. Like everything else is becoming.
Water.
It is not case in point. You swung that guy before your gun was out. It's sticking out like a sore thumb. Curious. I'm gonna open the can of worms. I apologize, chat. Dablau, what is your sense? Because when you peek this angle, your mouse hecking shook. You see? It's like you're really high sense or something. This happened again. I apologize, chat. I'm opening the can of worms. Like 400 EDPI. Okay, you're very high. Like right towards the top end. I'm not surprised. It doesn't look like you have control of your mouse. I'm going to say it. It doesn't look like it. 360, that's really high. It's really high. I play on currently 192, for example. So you're on double my sense. Your sense is fine, but your mouse control is not fine. And generally when your mouse control looks bad, it's usually because you're playing higher sense. Because it amplifies the issues you have with mouse control, if that makes sense. The higher your sense is, the more obvious it is when you have bad mouse control. And right now you have bad mouse control. And I can see it clear as day when you peek this angle. These are crosshairs bobbing left and right, trying to stay at the right spot because you're struggling to keep your mouse locked where it should be. I would probably dial it down. Do you aim train? Because this is going to become a requirement very soon for VOD review. And I feel like the answer is going to be no. Or you're going to say yes, but not daily. Don't make me change it again, please. What do you mean? Yeah, daily, just not the last week. So no, you don't. Thanks for answering my question.
The waterfall.
Like even here, like look at, like yeah, you hit the guy, but look at all this movement inaccuracy. This is the problems. This distance between the bursts is too tiny every time. I don't need to see more. I just wanted to skip around to see if there were like any good fights, but not really. And that's your problem because the rest of the game is good. The macro's all right. You lurk decently. Your util usage is acceptable. The problem is I didn't see a single good fight this whole game. And like, look at the scoreboard.
GG.
It's not like you did poorly in them. 13 and 14 is not even that bad, right? You went pretty much 50-50. So like imagine if you were actually fighting well. You'd be giga frying. You'd be like super mega ultra frying. So I prescribe to you an unhealthy amount of deathmatch and aim training. You have other notes? Bro, you tell me that after the review? I swear, if I told you this last time, I'm gonna baby rage. Oh, ZG naming? You gotta tell me that before the review. I wasn't reviewing for gift card. I missed it. Oh, bet. No, chilling. Oh, this was Ascent. Oh, you were playing Brim. You know, your util looks good. General. Your club fights disgust me. Your peaks are sick though. And your util mid-rounding is great. Don't get it twisted. Grind hella deathmatch and focus on increasing the time between bursts and decreasing the amount of movement and accuracy in mid-long range duels. If you need like an example of better deathmatching, you can pretty much go watch any high-rated deathmatch VOD. TLDR become a demon? Yeah, sorta. Look, do you see this gap right here? I gotta play it back. He misses. Now watch. That gap is 3 times as big as your gap. It still looks fast, but it's 3 times as big. And that's why his spray is resetting. You see, this is considered one of the fastest players in the world, right? Like everyone idolizes Tens for being one of the fastest players. And look, boom, boom, nice and patient on the burst. Hey, Woohoojin here. Did you know that I stream every weekday doing VOD reviews and playing ranked? If you enjoy the videos, the best way to support me is to show up live. If this video was just uploaded, it's very likely that I'm streaming right now. All of my coaching is free, but that means I need to make money in other ways. Please consider supporting me with a Discord subscription if you can afford to do so. I run many live events for my tier 3 subscribers as a thank you for letting me pursue my passion every day. At 2,000 subscribers, I'll be booking a flight out to EU and to APAC to play in-houses on your servers. Thank you for supporting me.